the entire time. He made Labby look like a terrible player when Labby is, at times in debate for the second best undead in the world. Obviously, 120 oftentimes takes that mantle, but he completely destroyed him. We'll see if he can continue that streak.
Right on. And that was also with the Lich first, which is certainly what we expect. A great grand final. Best of 7, first to 7. Will Happy get back-to-back championships, or will Sock claim the first one-on-one title for the Human Alliance? We're starting off on almost undiscovered territory on Rune Mall.
Not a map I'm very familiar with, but we've seen it enough so far to know that there's an expansion. It's like an Echo Isles, but in reverse, and we might be seeing the macro games like we expect on Echo Isles in the past as well. Marketplace, so Happy can get all the items that he likes from the 12 o'clock position. There is a tiebreaker similar to Echo Isles has nowadays in the red camp in the 6 o'clock position. I have yet to see that base get taken on any of the games I've seen on this map, so maybe today is the day.
It is a tough camp. It is easily pushable, as it is, of course, very close to the opponent's starting position. We do not see a Mountain King. It is the old man on the horse, of course, and it's also a Lich first with the altar position pretty close to the center. Who has the better creep routes in this matchup on this map? Who played it more? Maybe that's why Happy was so late. He had to look it up. It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, that actually wouldn't surprise me if he was going over this map really quick. But he's played it. I mean, he plays the weekly cups all the time, which include this map very, very often. I believe it was in the pool even just a couple of weeks ago, too. And I've seen him play it. Most players are going to be very familiar, or they would have vetoed out of it. For instance, maps like Twisted Meadows, Hammerfall getting vetoed. They have to know this. They have to be comfortable. So I'm excited to see what the best have to offer in terms of creep routes, like you mentioned. Let's see how they do it. 5 militia go towards the north. Is this a straight expansion, or is this towards the lab for Sock?
Ooh, could be similar-ish to Echo Out with the straight-up expansion. Happy trying to squeeze out a couple of seconds here with an Acolyte block. This is big-time feel right away. It's about the split seconds, but this is also similar to Echo Owls. On the opposite side of Happy starting position, so a lot of time to get towers up.
Long ways, yeah, and the expansion also not that difficult to creep. This is going to be, despite the block, no problem for Sock to creep. Some maps that block might have had a lot more impact on this map. It will not. Happy goes to the shop first. How often do we see a shop crept first on any map? This will be level 2 for the Lich. Replenishment potion. And maybe the Lich on level 2 will go straight across. Let's see. Oh no, Happy has an Acolyte with his army. Maybe Happy's just going to counter expand.
With the Lich then, wouldn't be too surprised. Picks up a circlet, of course, as is the norm for him. Ritual Dagger to get the HP back, and more militia coming for Sock to build that base now with the green spot upper right, level 2 unlocked, and in everything he does so far, he's a bit faster, but of course creep routes differ a lot, and it's kind of weird on this map how far away you are from your opponent, how off the map you are at the beginning, but for a grand final best of 7, this is a great calm before great storm.
Absolutely, very, very passive for both, and that is 2 base. Probably clean, but Sock was so good against Labyrinth at canceling that gold mine at least one time. I think he got the gold mine cancel in every single game Labyrinth went for it, at least once, if not more than that. We'll see if Happy is so unfortunate as to get his canceled. Sock is going to continue creeping for now, but towards the center, he's going to inch towards that second base for Happy.
That is right. Interesting insight from chat coming in. Thank you, Snack. Happy played 0 ladder games on Rune Mall.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I guess he has it vetoed. I mean, I've definitely seen him play it at least once in weekly cups. I might be incorrect, but I'm pretty sure I've seen him play it. I mean, like I said, he's got to be somewhat familiar with it to be playing it in the grand finals right now.
Tower up, Expo up, a lot of rings. Indeed,
Too many rings, you might say.
Can you ever have enough rings against Happy, who's always looking for damage items? Kind of negates each other.
True. He gets a circlet now too, something to put on the head. And boots of speed as well, so he's decked out. All the limbs have something on it right now, and Goes towards the gold mine, but this will be no cancel. The Archmage didn't get level 3. 1 experience off. I feel like we've had this problem before.
Well,
where Sock was 1 experience off.
That problem is fixed now thanks to Militia creeping at the bottom right. He got the level 3, but only 1 Water Elemental to work with. The other one is quite damaged already and expires. So I don't know if he can accomplish too much here in the first engagement of the final.
Yeah, Goldmine's going to get up. No cancel. Happy already off to a better start than Labyrinth, as we expected. Sock gets no cancel, gets no damage done so far. But the Footmen didn't eat a Nova, so they're still healthy and are still able to do something out on the map. I think Sock might just be happy to not have his peasants being killed. The defense through aggression sort of approach.
Sock teched at 5 minutes 10. That is
Very
insane.
fast.
That is 50 seconds ahead of the norm.
And Happy's about to start his, but Sock's still going to be ahead in that regard. And remember the tank timing. If the Archmage makes it out alive, at least, this is actually going to be a TP this early on. Hopefully Sock has a shot being built. Sock, please TP.
What?
Please TP. What are you doing?
What?
What?
Oops.
He was building a blacksmith. He was building a blacksmith.
Ooh, that is a huge fumble. Maybe the nerves got to him. We all remember the last game between them when Sock threw the game, threw his head back, showing visible frustration. And this is not a proper start here. Huge XP lead for Happy now, of course.
Yeah, definitely. That's a big point here. He's going to be level 4 Lich in no time, and then can pressure so much more. Sock immediately tapping her buy is just like, okay, let's forget that happened. Let's move on. But a lot of resource invested, and the experience is the big one. He's going to have the extra resources most likely, but the experience, the Lich, once it gets to level 5, the tier 3 army is so much more weak for Sock. The Knights just get kited with Nova, and there's infinite Novas as well. So this is a real problem. This is a very big problem for Sock.
Okay, at least his tech is done. 7 minutes, here we go. More creeping, Archmage has to catch up. Invul Potion, he'd love to have that item a minute before.
Not that he would have used it, I guess. Would have still just let it die, but hey, he's got it now. What happened a second time? Fool me once, shame on me. If you fool me, you can't get fooled again, as a great man once said.
Yep.
And the Archmage will run away. But the Lich still has Nova. Just going to throw those on the Archmage over and over again.
Okay, not level 4 yet though. 1 Water Elemental would give it to him. Sock cannot allow this. Can you take care of a ghoul at least in exchange? Ooh, this Water Elemental might expire before it's killed. And that's exactly what happens.
And that would have been level 4, but I'm sure Happy won't struggle to find a kill with this next Nova. There's one more, and he needs just 1 more peasant to get Dark Ritual level 2. This tower isn't being cancelled at all, but more peasants going to go down. Shredder, Footman, healthy, still able to defend is Sock, and tier 3's on the way as well. Macro not interrupted, but the Lich is getting scarier and scarier.
Interesting that we have this little backdoor at the expansions. I wonder if this will be abused with tanks, footmen, water elemental, whatever. On the other side, of course, Lich Ghoul attacks definitely possible. We have a huge squad. Oh, Archmage! Slaughterhouse cancel. Nice timing.
That's nice, yeah. And Happy's Lumber isn't as healthy as it once was, but I think he's already building that Slaughterhouse. Yeah, and Double Temple coming up at the expansion for Happy immediately at tier 2. Sock finding some return damage, and the economy pretty much even for both in terms of banks in this pot. Sock's going to track that Lich, apparently.
Okay, we got another fight brewing here. Archmage, please don't die again. But he's invisible. He shouldn't... Oh, is he trying to last it? Missed the timing a little bit. Maybe also not the necessary damage. Ring of Protection, of course, again. Also allows Happy to pick that up. But here's the Mountain King. DK, not part of the party yet. Is it enough to get a kill out?
Surprised Happy didn't staff out right away there, but there was no surround. Oh, now the Mountain King and Archmage have to be the ones that are safe. Stormbolt. One of these heroes is going to die. I don't know which one, but it's the Mountain King. Sock is this is over aggressive. He should have known this would happen, but at least he'll get the return kill. No, the TP was swapped.
Ooh, got it.
The TP.
Whoa, okay, what's going on here, everybody? Sock is losing a hero with the town portal. Happy is losing a hero with the town portal. Once again, though, this exchange better for Happy, as the Mountain King was level 2 already. Gotta be careful of that Nova. Sock, don't let it happen again, but Happy switches the target off to the Footman.
Yeah, I think Happy meant to probably lose that DK. The TP, I believe, was dropped in the main base or was repurchased by the Death Knight, but he didn't swap it from the Lich to save the Death Knight there. So I think Happy was fine with that, but of course, still experience on both sides. The experience is more impactful for the Lich, though, I might add. If the Lich gets level 5 before there's any sort of tier 3 army out, it's going to be very, very nice. Ooh, long rifles being upgraded for Sock right now. Interesting.
Yeah, he also goes Temple. Not Temple, oh my god. No, he goes Sanctum against the Temple early on. This is not Knights, I guess? It's Rifle Casters?
Does he know about the early Banshees, I wonder? He just says, okay, gonna go early Banshees, I'm just going Inner Fire Rifles. Yeah, sure. Yeah, second Sanctum now. This is, nice heads up play from Sock, just not building a single Knight. Will Happy overcommit to Banshees, I wonder, before he realizes the tech choice?
We do have a Dreadlord as a third hero. No levels on him yet, of course, and won't be for a long time. More creeping on the Mountain King and Archmage. Mountain King needs level 3 ASAP for the clap, for the bolt. Not very lucky with items as he finds the Boots of Kel'Thalas. Paladin coming now. It is Knights. Knights, Rifles, double Sanctum, and double Workshop.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of resources.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's got enough of a bank to get the army that he wants. 67 supplies, still 500 gold left over. Mortar teams with frag shards now as well. Inner Fire will soon probably be on the way. One lands.
Connecting. Okay. Happy supply blocked at 50. Thank you,
Nicely
Remo.
done.
Yep.
Very nicely done. He finds 2 Ziggs, trades TPs, gets a couple of units there as well. Definitely, it's not a 1-to-1 perfect trade in terms of resources, but still the supply block is nice. Happy's stuck at 64 for a while now.
The master training is almost done. You could argue that, okay, if you still have the master training queued up, it doesn't hinder you too much, but...
True.
2 ziggurats, that does take some time. Red spot now to make up for it, to give levels, and those level ups will be big. Level 5 Lich around the corner, level 3 DK will be acquired, and the Dreadlord is making progress as well. And where can Sock go in the meantime? Only to the very tippity top of the map for a little orange, and then the map is empty.
It seems like it seems like a big map. There's not that many creeps left. There's just, like you mentioned, that orange to the south afterwards. And then it's just down to greens, and the Mountain King's still not level 3. The Paladin's still not level 2. Both are essential level ups, I would say. And here comes Happy.
Yeah, this lightning shield is very annoying. We don't have master training yet. Frag shards are up. 76 food with a defensive position. This might be good, but no level 3. Needs to get that ASAP. Worker line pretty much evaporates. There's no TP. There, okay. Here we go.
Positioning, not too bad. 2 Knights in the front. Sleep on the Mountain King, still not level 3. Immediately goes for the mortar teams and gets both of them thanks to a Nova and a Coil. Knights both got possessed already? Oh my god, this is not going well for Sock at all.
Oh shoot, dude, this is a disaster! And okay, we got curse everywhere. Happy is super satisfied with the outcome of that fight, with the sweet 14 food advantage, with the wiped out economy line, with 2 Knights in his army. I was so confused why he's still going Knights when he knows that it's Banshees, and he was preparing an Inner Fire Rifle army already. And then I thought, okay, maybe he wants to drain mana of Banshees with the possession and then staffs out, but that obviously didn't work.
Yeah, it's too much of a disjointed army, I feel like. If you're going to go Rifleman, commit to the Rifleman and the Inner Fire and the upgrades, and because you need like a critical mass of Rifle. That's similar with any mass ranged army. You need a critical mass of Berserkers if you're going to go for that as well. But going for the mixture of Knights, I mean, the mortar teams, sure, whatever, but 2 knights, obviously no impact. And now, not only did these get stolen, but these are also a great counter to the riflemen.
Yeah, and they got anti-magic against the Stormbolt, which is also very good. Stressful position for Sok to be in. Has to catch up, needs to build that 80-foot army. At least this Mountain King gets level 3. At least this Paladin gets level 2, and he's using it on Devotion Aura.
Yeah, with the rifleman, I suppose that makes sense. It's a little risky. I am a fan of Divine Shield myself, but if you're going to go for this army, you got to go all in with the Inner Fire, with the armor upgrades, and the attack upgrades. Happy, though. Almost level 3 on the Dreadlord. And with the Lich already being 5 so early into this game with the items that he has, he's just going to use 20 Novas on the army, and that's going to be that, unless there's a ton of heal scrolls, which currently there's only one.
Anti-magic shell is such a problem. Ghouls storming this army. Inner Fire dispelled immediately. Takes a long time to reset. These rifles can't go anywhere, and this is yet another slaughter. Happy shows who's boss here on Rune Mall.
Definitely not the game one we were expecting out of Sok. A couple of mistakes there, but Happy doesn't let them slip. And right now, his army is sliding in and killing pretty much everything. One more Nova should seal this deal. Happy's still up 20 supply. At least the anti-magic shield has worn off a little bit for Sok, but I don't think he has the meat to still win this fight at all. Hasn't even dealt with the knights yet that were possessed earlier.
Nor the ghouls. This is a catastrophe. Paladin has a lot of mana, but no HP. He'd probably rather swap that, but he's not swapping anything except his life with XP on Happy's heroes. There's a class difference here on map 1.
Yeah, definitely not a good omen for the rest of the series if this house continues, but there are some clear mistakes, some clear things to clean up for Sok. Maybe some confusion in the strategy, maybe a little bit of confusion even in the creep routes in the early game, which led to no gold mine cancels. So I would expect better in the future for Sok, but for game 1, Happy continues his streak of dominance that we saw earlier. This is definitely sealed. I don't think there's any way out of this one for Sok.
Me neither, man. Where's the Hail Mary without the Holy Light, with anti-magic on all these heroes, and with more ghouls knocking on your altar? This Paladin will probably not see the light of day, nor any light, as this is a beautiful, beautiful quad kill to seal the deal.
Yeah, Death Knight. Probably going to be level 5 soon at this rate. Even has a Book of the Dead. That's a little bit of a surrounded Lich, but where's the damage to really get the kill? This is a 30 supply advantage right now for Happy. Mortar Team finds some connections on the Banshees. Banshee's not the best, of course, fighting army, but the heroes do the damage that the Banshees lack. More and more human units fall. 30 supply for Sok. Okay, I think this one's done, my friend.
I would agree. The Carrion Swarm is getting insane. The statues on the ground, all empty, no destroyers. What a weird army composition it is. But at this point, it doesn't really matter, and Happy claims map 1.
Take so, but honestly, the late game there was looking more one-sided than it should have. Sok was making some big mistakes that led to his downfall here. This could have been, even though the army looked weird, this could have been a much better game for him. If you guys remember, that's how he ended the series, with the very rarely seen Inner Fire Rifles last series in the W3Champions Season 15 when they played Autumn Leaves game, and they looked really good. You know why it looked really good? Because he had a good lead. Inner Fire Rifles are only really good, I think, if you have a good lead, because they're very expensive. Lots of tech to go for, creeping to do, leveling to do, and most importantly, you need heal scrolls. Without heal scrolls, you are boned. The Nova and the Carrion are gonna rip you apart over time. But if you are in a good position, if you have the levels, if the heal scrolls to survive, that can be a good fight for you. And speaking of fight, the first big mistake, of course, was the AM going down. Huge error. It was happening over like 5 seconds. It's so weird they let him die. It was so obvious it was gonna happen. No idea what happened there. That was the first big mistake. That's what deflated his game. He had such a big lead, man. He had the expo up faster and the tech up way quicker. 1 minute tech lead. That's enormous. That was the lead that should have made the strategy work. But that mistake threw him back. And then the next mistake was when he came back home to defend in the main base. That happens oftentimes when players run home, trying to defend, trying to face an army, and then they're disjointed. The army is spread way too far, which in some cases isn't bad, but in this case, it is. You need to have everything tightly packed together. You need to have the MK in front of the rifleman. Normally, MK leads the charge in most armies and throws out storm bolts. In this army, he needs to stay back, protect the rifles with the clap. That's, by the way, the best thing about Inner Fire Rifles. Dispel instantly against the sleep to wake up the MK. And also need to be in range to staff out the knights, which you also failed to do. That is the rant over for me, but I was saddened to see this, man. Sock made a lot of mistakes there, to be honest.
All right, we're in the lobby for game 2. Hopefully Sock can bring it back. Because, yeah, as you said, there was a lot of good. But then there were a couple of bad things as well, and Happy punishes that. It's kind of similar, actually, to the first game of Happy vs. Moon. Early game looks fine. The prep was there, but then big fumble on the engagement for the first fight. Interesting, by the way, at some point during the season, Sock overtook Happy for the first spot in the ladder, and this is something that hasn't happened in years. Can he overcome him? Here on map 2, we throw each other right in to Concealed Hill.
Okay. Game number 2, definitely a map both players are going to be much more comfortable with than game 1. We'll see if that translates at all for Sock, because for Happy it seemed to not be a problem at all. For Sock, could see a Mount King, although it seems weird on this map. It seems more and more common on Concealed Hill these days. And of course, the way in which you secure the expansion as a human player has gotten a lot cleaner and better and more innovated recently, with wait until nighttime, with pressuring that green camp where the crab is by the shop early on, and then going with a ton of militia towards the expansion at the same time. We'll see how Sock decides to do this, though.
It is fascinating how Concealed Hill has changed from, like, in the past 2 years, from being a map that humans dreaded to play because how hard this expansion was to take, to being the first loser's pick of Sock. It has become easier, it has become more effective, and humans just got a lot better. Still, facing a Lich, ready to disrupt.
We'll see where the first footman goes for Sock. That will tell us a lot. Will it go to Scout, or will it go towards the lab to pull the Rock Golem? Probably going to have to be a 4-farm expansion, if at all, from Sock. You can't really do the super early expansion. Worth noting that's what he did last game on Rune Mall. 3-farm, quick expansion, which means quick tech as well. For this game, Sock's going to have to invest a little more. Footman does go towards the lab, so that's where we're going to find ourselves on the human side of things. For Happy, 6th Acolyte being built, is he going to expand himself again?
Ooh, that would be a curveball. And then I guess we're in the territory where you want to be as a human, if there's this point of attack that you can go for. He had a sweet timing on the slaughterhouse in game 1. If he can expand on that, world's his oyster.
Yeah, especially with the very fast level 3 route that Sock's going for. Since Happy's going for an expansion himself, already scouted by Sock, worth noting. Maybe we could see that Archmage run down. This might not be the worst position for Sock to play one base. If he wants to go straight down there to start harassing with this consumable, want a mana stealing, he could do that. We'll wait and see, though, where his next move is.
That is exactly what Fortitude did to Happy in the WAL winner bracket final to seal the deal. Play one base, crazy push with rifles and mortars, win the game. But how often do these strategies work against a guy like Happy?
Apparently Sock does not want to risk that one this time around, just instead going to creep. He has a 4th farm coming up to the lab. He's going to take the green. And then once nighttime strikes, he'll call the militia, go for the expansion himself. But Happy's going to be prepared now. One thing Happy has to be aware of as well, though, is where's that Scout Footman? A Staff of Teleportation onto the Scout Footman to cancel the gold mine is very much a possibility once we hit 1900 on the clock.
Carson, go with the times. It's minutes and seconds now.
I don't know the minutes and seconds, though. I don't know what it's mods. I only know it for the sundial. I'm old school. I need to learn it. Okay, let's see. It's once we hit 340 on the clock. There we go.
There you go.
Learning.
Nice items for Happy, of course. Claws +8 and Circlet. On the other side, only Slippers, but the Wand of Mana Stealing could come in handy. So far, a tame early game. Everybody is focused on his own progress. Creep routes, very similar, just in different orders. Level 3 Archmage now also getting the claws, and both heroes are well equipped for some worker slaughter.
Very surprised Sock didn't go for that staff play. He instead continued scanning with the Footman until it died. Claws +8 is going to be super nice on that Archmage. So both players seem like they will get their expansion up. Footmen go to one side, Archmage covers the other. This means there's no chance for a run by. Very important from Sock. For Happy, he's playing defensive. And he has wards, so that'll help him quite a bit in defending.
Which he needs to do now. Skeletons up, ghouls up, mana up. And this Archmage, okay, has another Water Elemental in a bit, trying to drain the mana with the amount of mana stealing that he got from the lab. That's a huge help now, actually.
Yeah, needs to be careful with the Archmage, not take too much damage. Happy's going to always put pressure on it whenever he can. But yeah, that wand going to grant him a lot more Water Elementals. Sock missed his timing. No Goldmine cancel 2 times in a row. There's another Nova. Oh no, we've been here before, haven't we?
Not again.
One more attack. That's TP. He's got a TP. Okay, Jesus. I thought he was doing it again. I would have left. I would have gone up and walked away.
He is still trying to get rid of that Haunted Goldmine. At least he's killing Acolytes. But is that any damage still left? I kind of doubt it. Footmen are falling left and right. Happy is moving the ghouls to the side. Footmen are coming in. Maybe the rally point is still on another Footman here. But this was minimal damage at most.
Yeah, it seems like a couple of missed opportunities for Sock. The tech now starts for Happy. Sock is a little bit, maybe 20 seconds ahead tech-wise. Archmage made his way to the fountain, so at least he'll be able to heal up. But yeah, that was a big commitment for Sock that he really didn't get anything out of. And again, the Lich. One more creep camp, and he's looking dangerously close to level 4.
It's so fascinating, dude. 4 weeks ago, I sat here and said, Lich Opener is dead. And here we go, 4 weeks later, and it's as strong as ever, with so much stability added to Happy's play. Circle it now for a little bit of damage and more Footmen, but instantly scouted with the wand. Lich is ready, another Nova Archmage. He took this long bath, but all the recovery is gone in a second.
And one Nova is all it takes. One mana stealing second charge used there to deny the next Nova, but soon enough we'll have one, no problem. Footman Water Elementals go in yet again, but what really are they going to be able to do?
Yeah, that's a big question. Against the Nerup Tower. He's damaging ghouls, but it's not doing much at all. It is buying time for the tech, which is a lot faster again for Sock.
Second crypt coming up for Happy. Couple of ghouls microed back home. Lot of defense invested in the expansion, but really, these ziggurats need to be built somewhere. Might as well be built at the expansion. Don't mind that choice at all. Archmage continues to pressure the Lich, but Lich, yep, has a Nova now, and that's a dead Archmage. It's dead. It's gone.
Oh my god. Second early game, second Archmage kill. Sock flying too close to the sun. His wings are melting. Water Elemental getting surrounded, similar to Runewolf. This time it's not gonna expire. And Sock did a good job in stalling and trying to prevent level 4, but it's Happy. You cannot prevent this level 4 from him.
Gets 2 more Footmen as well. I'm sure if he saw that Archmage out of the tavern, he would have Nova'd that one, but instead Nova secures kills either way. Zeppelin for Sock. What for, though? One peasant in a Zeppelin. You know, is there a work... Oh, no, GG. I wanted to see that cannon tower. I guess we don't get to see it.
That's a rough start into this best of 7 for Sock.
Very, very rough indeed. Yeah, that peasant. I want to see what that peasant was going to do. More than anything. More than anything, I wanted to see what that peasant was going to do. But Happy 2-0, and maybe I hyped up a series that is just going to be all Happy all over again. Sock needs to clean a lot of things up if he wants to have a chance here. Happy's playing as good as ever, and Sock is making some fundamental mistakes. And it's a long series, but could quickly be over if this continues.
Okay, we've seen crazy comebacks by players before, even against Happy, especially in WAL just a month ago. He was reverse swept, almost reverse swept twice. Maybe that is the new way of defeating Happy, making him feel comfortable and then strike when he's in the comfort zone. Problematic situation though. Like... This is this Archmage movement just isn't it.
No, definitely. It is hard, right? Like the Lich always has Novas. He's always throwing them on The Archmage immediately. Happy's really good at making sure to get a little bits of ghoul damage in here and there, and before you know it, your Archmage is 1 Nova away from just being dead, and there's nothing you could do about it. Definitely difficult. Again, an argument for Mountain King being a lot better because it's a lot more sturdy. An argument for a shop coming up before you tech as a human player. This is a default against Lich. But we are going into Tidehunters now. Will be our next map. Will be Suck's second loser pick, and then if he makes it through there, we'll be going on to Northern Isles. But it's going to be very, very tough because probably not going to see a Mountain King on Tidehunters, I would think. Going to be the Archmage again.
I guess so. Do we have a game, by the way? Or am I...
Is Rumadimo
right up.
Okay. Oh, hi.
I had to reset my router
Gotcha.
to hopefully fix the goddamn lags. Don't think it fixed it, but we are back.
Right on.
All right.
So, just for the sake of the series, I guess Sock has to... Okay, it's Tidehunters. I was about to say, has to try for a Mountain King, but on Tidehunters, Archmage is so good that you really want to go Archmage for this exchange. Otherwise, this would have been the time in the series for a Mountain King.
3-0 would be very hard for Sock. He, I don't know if he's quite the player to reverse sweep in a best of 7 against Happy. I don't know if anyone's quite that player. We'll see, though. It's now or never. I feel like he's got to take this map, or else we're going to be a little bit disappointed with this grand final.
Sock has it in him. You know, sometimes a B-boy has to stand on its head to see the truth. Maybe that's what he has to do with his playstyle now. Rethink everything. He had a little bit of time in between the two maps. We want the Sock versus Labby Sock, the one who destroyed the Lich, who was so confident. I'm missing all of that, and hopefully he is able to. Need some mental game now to bring this back. Good luck, Sockster.
Yeah, Sock needs some mental fortitude, and maybe to pull out some of Fortitude's strategies as well. Maybe change things up, as you mentioned. Could be the play, but you also mentioned correctly that Archmage is going to be too tempting on this map to give up. I think it's just going to really come down to the mechanics. So regardless of the strategy, he's got to keep that Archmage healthy and happy as much as he can. It's hard to keep it entirely safe at all times, but if you're going to go for pressure like that, you have to know what you're committing to. You can't just be throwing units away into happy. You can't be throwing an Archmage away into happy because he's going to capitalize on every mistake.
Otherwise, it's a 3-0 and you gotta win 4 maps in a row. That'd be crazy! We got a Lich, we got an Archmage. It is everything the way it was before. Can Sock keep his Archmage safe and find the timing to cancel the expansion? That's the can opener for Humans versus Happy, and that's what has to happen here now.
You would know this, but has anyone won 4 games against Happy ever, even across multiple series? I feel like even when Happy's been on losing streaks against players like Fortitude or even Sock, he's still taken maps here and there. His 4 maps in a row versus Happy might be unheard of.
Lynn did it once.
Okay.
And 40
Maybe
did
might
it.
be the only person.
40 did it as well. It was a 5 map show match, and he was up 4-0, and then lost the 5th map, but he was already on the victory road there, or the victory lap there. So yeah, it takes an S-class player to beat an S-class player 4 times in a row.
Yeah, and a very good day probably from that S-class player on top of that. So we'll see. We're not there yet, though. We could still see 2-1, which is absolutely acceptable scoreline if you're a Sock fan in a best of 7. Let's see if he can make it through.
What's Sock's movement?
Interesting. Yeah, fast level 2. There's a 4th farm coming up. Is he going to the Gargantuan, I wonder? Wants a consumable?
Yeah.
I mean, he could still creep the easier expansion, but this would be different.
This would then take away some of the offensive potential towards Happy's expansion. Yes. This would also put him behind when it comes to timings, but that's kind of the norm with human expansions these days. That's what he does, man. Turtle soup.
Yeah, maybe giving up the prospect of ever canceling that gold mine. He hadn't in the first 2 games, despite maybe attempting to do so. Instead, going to get a better item and a consumable. I mean, if he gets a greater heal, it's going to be very, very nice with how these series have been going. I doubt Sock would change his whole game plan just to not lose his Archmage, but Still, regardless, this will help him out quite a bit, and his expansion will be safer. And maybe he could even go into the main base of Happy as opposed to go towards the expansion.
We got the same items that we had on Concealed with Slippers, Claws, and Wand of Mana Stealing. Quite fascinating, actually. Happy is looking for this expansion in the north, exactly as you said. And there's like, oh, there's creeps here? What the hell? What are you doing? What are you up to?
Footman split off into the main. No Nerubian there. Is Happy going to build one preemptively? No, not yet. And the Archmage goes towards the expansion, but the ghouls are waiting there. These Footmen could actually get something done here, potentially.
Going for the Acolytes. Archmage on the right-hand side, threatening ghouls and skeletons with the Water Elemental. And he has that level advantage. Happy's not fully mining on his gold mine, and Sock is establishing that base. This looks pretty solid so far to not get too far ahead.
Yeah, much better than the last two games. We can at least go that far. Would love to see Sock build a shop right now. He's going to start taking some damage soon. But actually, Nova's going on the Water Elementals. That one denied too. So shop not going to be necessary, but this would be the sort of game you would like to see Sock have that Arcane Vault prepared in advance. Oh, is there potential here? No, just some damage. No potential for a cancel.
Oh, there's another Water Elemental though. Wait a minute. Cooldown is off. He's getting slowed. Archmage, Nova. Oh, no, he's getting surrounded again. No way. Can he get that Expo?
Pull the Footman back. Maybe. It might be worth to commit here. No, he's not going to.
And
Close.
one footy dono.
Now he's power building the shop because he forgot it, was not done. He had the resources to get it much earlier, but hey, the expansion's at least up. Happy maybe under a little bit of pressure, but still same result, right? Footman dies, Archmage is 1 HP, the expansion lives and is going to be mining fully soon. It seemed cleaner for Sock, but not much has changed, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, the momentum is shifting a little bit. There was a harassing skeleton at Sock's expansion that was about to kill a peasant, but then it expired, so there was this one second where it could go wrong, but it didn't. Then there was a great deny on a Water Elemental where I thought, okay, Sock is vibing now. And then he's going for the attack, and the Water Elementals are getting surrounded. And that's a big part of why Happy is so much more stable nowadays than he was like 3 weeks ago. Water Elemental surrounds and keep them out of range of attacking Haunted Gold Mines. It's just the greatest damage mitigation that you can hope for.
And also investing Novas into the Water Elementals like he did. As nice as it feels to damage the Archmage, sometimes you got to deal with the Water Elementals first, and that's what Happy did there as well. Sock gets his lab, which is nice, and gets it safely. Greater heal from the marketplace for Happy, which is not terrible. His Lich hasn't really been in much danger yet, but it could be in the future. And now Sock will go forward yet again, but with no town portal and still not full HP on the Lich, or rather the Archmage.
Ooh, Archmage getting Nova again. Mind you, no TP. He's a crazy damage machine.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
God, oh.
Third time's a charm. Oh, one more auto attack, and it's dead again. This is just the same game 3 times in a row, Dio.
Is it Groundhog Day today?
Man, the double gloves of haste as well. He's getting so many attacks. Level 4 Lich. It is the same game. It literally is the same game. Bad harass. Archmage dies. Lich gets level 4 before tier 2 is done. Oh, man.
It's heartbreaking. What an amazing tournament this was for Sock. And then here in the grand final, I don't know if it's the nerves. I don't know if it's the time. Sock plays better usually. Like 3 to 4 times better.
Yeah, he's, I don't know what it is. Is he overthinking it maybe a little bit? Or, did he get poisoned maybe by how well he did against Labyrinth, and he thinks he can pull the same moves off against Happy that he could against Labyrinth? Might be an issue here. But regardless, the game continues, and he's going into double barracks. It will be Inner Fire Rifleman, but as Remo mentioned correctly earlier, he's not ahead, and he's going for Inner Fire Rifleman. He's not going to have the resources to get everything that he needs.
Can't even blame him too much. He probably as well saw that the mass tank play is also figured out. Happy is winning a lot of his series against Fortitude recently. So that's not the way. Mass air, I don't know if that's too if you can be too confident with how great Happy is playing the Gargs. But yeah, it is double Rex, double Workshop. No Arcane, though.
Interesting. Yeah, he built it to second barracks very, very early, so I figured it was going to be Rifleman because he built it before he had tech to tier 3. But now maybe he's changing his mind?
Indecisiveness is not the greatest asset to have in Warcraft 3.
And he's been like that the whole series, it feels like. A little bit indecisive on Rune Maul as well with his tech choice.
Stonebolt now. There is, okay, a big potion. Can you force that?
A player's forces are under attack.
Don't tell me he just hovers away.
Walks out the front door, and Sock wasting a lot of time that he could be creeping.
Crazy.
At least he's going to get some experience in this Mountain King now, and close to level 4 Archmage.
Happy did see the Sanctum. Whoa. Third base?
Risk it, I suppose. Yeah, go for something. I mean, this is very unorthodox. He's going to play right into a timing of Happy, most likely with this third base, and play directly against his tier 3 timing with it.
Happy's timing is a bit delayed, right? Because he's going Banshees once again, and possession
True.
takes a long time.
Not wrong, yeah. That could be why exactly he's doing this. I mean, I imagine Sock, with the amount of scouting he's been doing, is probably aware of this. Could be a smart play. Let's see how the timings work out.
We all need, like, this one move by Sock. A little bit of hope. A little bit of a momentum shift. Maybe one timely Stormbolt.
Okay, expansion was scouted. Happy's aware of it, but he can't do anything about it right now. He's changing in the middle, but there's that greater heal and a push invulnerability on the Death Knight, so it's the Archmage that might have to be careful right now.
We've seen that before. Arcane Tower is up, though. Happy knows that he has to act or counter-expand. But he's rather the one to act, isn't he? We get the Banshees, we get the Ghouls, they're all coming. Happy not dodging that bolt. Anti-magic is here, clap, and the heal potion force Mountain King surrounded, no!
Oh no. One misstep and Happy immediately capitalizes. At least he kills one ghoul, I suppose. The Sock doesn't save. The MK gets a couple of ghoul kills. First Knight is out. At least Sock has plenty of production buildings, I suppose.
And a cannon tower. No, okay, frag shots are up as well.
Is it enough? Can he hold? The ghouls split off to kill the peasants. The town hall will finish just barely. Maybe the Banshees will be forced back. There's not much of a fighting army right now for Happy. He's got a Garg as well as some Banshees.
Crazy dominance so far. Pulls back though, respects the tower. There's no way he can break the cannon. You don't want to waste this much mana at this stage of the game. For now, this is a hold.
Yeah, he's got an extra base now. Happy might back away and macro up his own, or is he just going to keep going forward? Because he knows Sock doesn't have a ton of army. Mountain King going to be back in a little bit, pretty soon here, in fact. But where's the army? Couple of knights now. The towers are nice, but Happy's going to slowly tear down at least one of them.
Arcane killed. Can he get that second cannon tower up? No chance. This means, of course, 2-base is established. Can he get rid of these ghouls? They're doing so much damage.
Lord of Little surrounded there for a second. Mountain King back, but slept immediately. Where are the units for Sock? He seems to not be producing much. Now he's building a rifleman. Going to be able to kill perhaps a Banshee.
Nope.
Peasants are going down. Yeah, no, not able to get anything really right now.
Move to the south, moved to the west, moved everywhere. Happy saves so much. Supply is relatively even. Looking for the nuke. There's a heal potion. Sock, don't lose your hero again. Oh, Shredder's coming. Is he really risking it? He is.
Sock staffs out the rifleman. Sock's starting to get a little bit of momentum here. Statue's getting low. A couple of units about to die.
Oh,
Water
wait.
elemental finding some pickoffs.
Ooh, there was a Coil Nova imminent. Holy Light ready. Everything's cursed, of course. Maybe this Grand Final is cursed as well. Pally, no potion, no more. Holy Light from afar, but Pally is out.
Sock almost stabilizing. Doesn't want to lose these knights, though. Coil secures at least one of two, but 62 versus 60, and the third base. Not fully mining, but is saved for the time being. Happy actually does legitimately have to back away right now.
Wow.
He's almost
Wow. Oh, Carson, we're talking. We're talking. One statue also out of mana, pretty much useless now. The other one is refilling these Banshees. Sock has some time.
Inner fire rifles online. He needs to get heal scrolls, though. That's what he's missing now. He's got the economy to support that, so he just needs to get that. He's rebuilding the towers. Really wants to get this double arcane, or this double cannon tower up at the third base. Happy. Will he look to get a third base, or is he just going to keep going forward? His army's pretty strong all of a sudden. He pulled ghouls from the main.
Lich is close to level 5. How can he stop these attacks with clap? Okay, it is level 5 now. Ghouls are disappearing quickly. Arcane is up. Possession on rifles.
Oh, why not? I guess. I mean, Banshees are worse at fighting than Riflemen. He also gets a Knight as well. All of a sudden, Happy's up more than 10 supply nearly, and the expansion is not being held. He's trying to repair the towers. But where's the army for Sock? I just don't see anything anymore.
Where's the production? He needs new stuff. Inner fire rifles. We're talking about it for years. Lich, bit hurt out of the fight. The two wise men going at each other. If he has another bolt or another holy light, there might be something possible. Ghouls are falling rapidly. Statue as well. Sock is fighting like crazy.
Getting a couple of units now. The heroes are doing a lot of heavy lifting right now. Can he secure the Knight kill? That would be a nice boost of experience.
How much human is in this army, dude?
Yeah. More teams now here too. Towers again being reestablished. And farms being built to scout towards the south. Happy. Still not even thinking about a third base. Need to go forward. He has a meat wagon now. This is a very weird game we're seeing.
It is, man. As I said, we see so many different units in this matchup these days.
All right, production starting to kick in for Sock. He's catching up in supply. Still no heal scrolls, but he's got decent upgrades. Sleep again, Mountain King not level 3 yet. Oh, but the Nova does so much. When there's mana for the Lich, he kills so many units immediately.
DK level 3 as well. These towers, he needs to work on these towers. Just hold on a little tiny bit. Archmage stepping out whatever he can, but Coil Nova everywhere. One tower down. Arcane Tower cancelled. This was the saving grace. Sock stemming against the defeat, but the army of Happy is everywhere.
64 versus 57. More priests going down. The Shredder eventually is probably going to be killed. Breakers don't last very long when there's Knights on the other side. Meat Wagon as well in the back because why not? Shredder goes down. Dreadlord's even close to level 3, and this is just no units left for Sock at all. This is the most supply disadvantage he's been at this game, I feel like. More than 15. He's running out of mana as well.
Exactly, and there's another nuke! Mountain King goes 6 feet under, and Happy goes 3 maps up. The closest game thus far, but still the same winner.
Yeah, Happy, we have to give credit to him, is playing this grand final really, really well. It doesn't look flashy, the end early game, but do you know how difficult it is against a top human to always keep your expansion safe? The movement, the creep route, the scouting, the adjustments are amazing. Like I say, it's not the most spectacular of plays, but it's really hard to manage this. Normally, Sock always finds a way in. Here, he does not. And this is the problem for Sock. He's choking today. It's looking like a mental block. He's making way more mistakes than normal. AM, without boots, runs in way too deep. Why is he there? If you have boots, you can do that. If you don't have boots, you stay back. It was nighttime. You don't see far enough. And speaking of boots, when you get to the shop, you need to buy the boots. I don't care if you cut the footy or you cut the circlet, but you need to cut something. You need those boots. These are big mistakes by Sock that we're not used to seeing.
Sock needs to win 4 games in a row. If he's able to do that, he ascends to like God status.
Yeah, this would be we would talk about this for the rest of this game's history. If Sock did this, let's put it that way.
Do you remember Happy vs. Labby? We're sitting pretty much right here. For me, it was a different flat. For Carson, it was probably a different island. But we're sitting here, and we also thought, oh, that day is over soon. I can go to the movies, meet some friends, grab some drinks, and then the big comeback started for Labby versus Happy. Sock is definitely capable of doing it. Back to the drawing board. Maybe, I don't know, call Lawlight. Call any other friends. Get a pep talk and start the turnaround. That's what you need.
Or call the carpenter who normally carries a hammer. The main reason why most humans nowadays play AM is because, unlike the MK, he has a chance of winning the game early. If you get level 3, if you get the elementals, you cancel the undead expansion a bunch of times. The game is essentially over. Happy has somehow gotten past this roadblock. Happy has perfect scouting, perfect adjustments. You don't get the cancel anymore. So what good is the Archmage? I would say not much.
Yep. Mountain King. Mountain King all the way. He should have been playing Mountain King every single game, in my opinion, of this series. Every human player should play Mountain King every single game against Undead, in my opinion. I don't know why they don't. I understand what you just said, Remo Demo, but still, Mountain King is better. I don't care. Go Mountain King, please. Please don't get 4-0 to not play MK first at least one time. Please.
Okay, if Carson says please, I mean, Sock has to do it, right? That is the last chance here. If Sock loses one more map, then this tournament is over. And 5 days of W3Champions finals are over. Happy for Aurora team on the way to victory. Let's go.
Last chance for Sock. Happy. Going to be feeling very, very comfortable. Wasn't without mistakes that we got here for Sock, but Happy has been playing perfect as always. We got to give the credit there, of course. Sock, clean it up a little bit, and maybe there's a chance to come back. It would be amazing, to say the least.
You'll be casting some more Happy games tonight, aren't you?
Absolutely. Pretty much right after this, actually. Going straight into Dust League EU right after this, where we have Happy and Starbuck playing each other, actually. Should be fun.
Pretty sick. Yesterday's Krav. Second place in his group. What the hell?
Yeah, the return of Krav. Haven't seen him for a long while.
Good to see him still rocking. I think he defeated Sheik, right? In a mirror match. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
So, Carson, your wish was denied one more time. It is the Archmage again.
I just don't understand. I need to talk to these human players. I don't get... Like, okay, I say 100% of the time, yeah, there's some maps where Mountain King's not going to work. But, like, every time it's played, it looks so good. It looks outrageously good. Like, Laliat's off-racing human, he plays Mountain King, and he destroys Happy. Like, completely destroys him. Almost 2 games in a row with off-race. Like, I need to talk to these human players. I don't understand it. There must be something I don't understand. There must be.
It's probably something that you and me don't get. But yeah, I mean, if Sock is of the opinion that this is the best thing you could go for, we gotta put trust in him. Even though it didn't look too hot for the series so far. It's just, I mean, at one point it has to work, I guess.
Yeah, eventually, maybe not 4 games in, but maybe 100 in with the way Happy's playing and the way Sock is playing, to be fair. But let's see. Let's give him another chance. Maybe he can prove it to us. Autumn Leaves is a good map for expanding safely, and we're going to see that from not just one, but both players yet again.
Happy quite a bit faster here. Rush distances will then be a bit bigger, of course. Archmage gloves, Lich with mana, that is okay. Archmage leveling up as well. Just hoping for the best, man. So it's time, of course, and hopefully he can somehow squeeze this water elemental past the ghouls and skeletons, not get surrounded and get the kill. He needs a kill on the Haunted Goldmine.
Yeah, let's pay very close attention here to how Happy deals with this. If he does, Demo mentioned it, how difficult it could be. Let's see if Happy can do it a 4th time in a row. Yeah, we've seen so often gold mines get canceled when it is this matchup, when it is Archmage versus Lich. But for Sock, he hasn't been able to do it. And now an interesting creep route. Creeps the upper left, and now goes the other expansion. Gonna get level 3 and going to expand towards the center, as it seems.
Ooh, that is a curveball. Happy might not expect. So Sock still coming up with new ways and a couple of curveballs. Similar approach to what he did on Tide Hunters. Just expand where your opponent is not expecting you to expand. And now he's gonna find him. And he got level 3.
Lich just got it as well. Pendant of Energy and Claws. Worth mentioning too, Archmage already eats a Nova. We've seen this one before.
Boots of speed on the Archmage though. Coach Remo. We put him in. Sock is listening.
Footman going down, not letting Sock get anywhere near the expansion, but Sock, to be fair, might be too afraid to go that far in because his Archmage has already taken a lot of damage. Maybe that's something Labyrinth wasn't doing, was prioritizing damage on the Archmage as much as Happy does. Happy throws every point he can to not allow that Archmage to continue to be aggressive, because Water Elemental is quite slow. It's not like you can spawn them halfway across the map and move them. You gotta have the Archmage close by to get the Water Ellie in to cancel the Gold Mine. One Ghoul gonna be found, but that's not as good as a Gold Mine cancel would be. It is the next Nova.
That's a town portal, isn't it? Oh, no more mana.
Surprised
The boots.
Ghoul there.
Carson,
Yeah.
the boots. Remo, the boots.
Archmage.
Boots, baby.
We
Expansion
actually, a viewer actually found boots of speed clip-ons for Chucks on Etsy. It's just so good. Arcane Tower up. Come on, Sock.
Ghouls split off. Happy realizing the pressure he's put on the Archmage. Shop a little bit late as well. Yet again. Ooh, there's gonna be a Nova in a second.
Oh boy. Oh, this is
Footman
disruptive.
not even denied. Sock doesn't. Sock's fumbling a little bit here.
He's just running. He's fearing for his life. He knows what happened the first 3 games. This shall not happen again. He's thinking he's out of range, and he is out of range. We're switching back to the expansion. Ghouls were ravaging there, but Footmen are in position at the bottom right-hand side. Water Elemental is arriving at the expo, but it's a little bit late. Archmage alive, Town Portal in the inventory. Footmen here to deal with the Ghouls. This is the best early game so far.
Surprisingly, I mean, a lot of peasants did go down for Sock. His expansion was delayed a little bit. The Archmage is healthy. Oh, he was for a second, and then a Nova came in. Deny on the Ghoul. Still, Sock, yeah. Crazy to say, like, this isn't that good for Sock at all, but it is the best early game we've had.
Oh, he needs another Scroll of Regen and some time to breathe. I guess we all do, otherwise this Grand Final could be over. One misstep by Sock and this Grand Final is over. 4-0.
Footmen all around the map currently. A couple of them being healed up by the Archmage. But he'll never be able to get full HP until there's something other than just an Arcane Vault to heal him up. Second barracks coming up. This time around, it has to be Mass Rifleman, right? He wouldn't be building the second barracks that early.
Maybe
Footmen go in. Can they get Acolytes?
Our players' forces are under attack.
he has to get something done here. Narrow Tower, of course, strong. Repair there before there's even real damage.
Yeah, why not, right?
I guess you know that you need it. Sick defense. It's just such a sick defense. It's the perfect defense.
No losses so far for Happy, and he's going to kill every single Footman. He's about to get Lich level 4, and that's even without an Archmage kill this game. Yeah, if there's no denying this Footman, that will be level 4. And then he can eat a skeleton. Well, maybe not. Oh, there we go. Still, Sock continues to be aggressive, and he gets one Acolyte, sure, but doesn't get that much done here. Okay, one more Ghoul getting denied. There's level 4.
Oh boy.
I know where this one came from.
That's a lot of mana. That's a lot of mana from these ghouls towards the Lich, and then it's a lot of damage. Sock, are you overstaying your comfort here? But okay, Water Elementals are the target. He's forcing another tower.
A little bit of pressure on Happy. I suppose he's hurting the lumber. Nope, he's got 4 ghouls mining the entire time at home. He's not really hurting much of anything in doing this. He killed 1 Acolyte. He might get a second one if Happy's not paying attention, but the Archmage
stops for a Water Elemental. Yeah, the boots again, man. Absolute lifesavers.
Water Elemental is going to give more experience. Happy might doing a lot of things at the same time, but ending up ahead. He's losing a couple of Acolytes here and there, but I mean, so many Footmen have been traded for this. I don't think it quite really matters, but still, maybe we're being a little bit, or at least I'm being a little bit biased because of how the series has gone. Maybe Sock's not in that bad of a position right now. He's going tier 3. His expansion, unharassed since those initial ghouls. And he only lost Footmen, but he is a little bit under level compared to this Lich. A lot, actually.
A level. An entire level. At some point in this push, it looked like the rally point of the 2 racks were just set at Happy's Expo. That was a lot of Footmen here. Mountain King is out. I wonder if we're gonna see rifles, or if that's again not the case, because there is a blacksmith, there is the racks, but I don't see any rifles.
Quickest third base ever for Sock with 2 peasants. Is this a little bit desperate? Maybe this is, I mean, maybe not desperate. Maybe this is the idea the entire time. Surround on the Lich.
Oh.
Wait, is there a way to save it? TP can be swapped.
Oh my god. Of course there is. Of course there is. When there's a happy, there's a way. Mountain King! Bolt Coil to the rescue! Oh my god! Don't tell me he's not killing this Lich! Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Oh, and you can swap the TP whenever he wants as well. He might have to do that eventually. Does it now at a safety, but there's no more Stormbolts anyway. Is there going to be a Nova? I think Dark Ritual and he can kill this. But again,
how is he never
gets away
panicking?
this time with no boots?
How is he never panicking? He drops the pendant before he eats the skeleton to just get more mana. After just surviving a crazy surround.
Alright, Lich getting close to level 5, but now the Death Knight needs to soak up a bunch of that experience. Double Workshop, double Barracks again. Is he really going to do the 5 production building thing again and go with this weird army? I just haven't really liked it so far. I know he's up against Happy and all, but just overall, haven't been a big fan of what he's been macroing into. But still, third base is up.
Yeah, it doesn't look too impressive, but alright. We got an Invo Potion, we got a Town Portal. Dude, usually in a broadcast, I think it's like a gimmick that's not really too much of an addition, but in situations like this, I'd like to have a heart rate monitor. Just to see if Happy is getting somewhat nervous at some point, maybe. Because that was dangerous, that was scary, but he had the right answer right up his sleeve.
Yeah, he's got tons of resources as well. He breaks upkeep now, but he had about 800 gold banked. And he pulls ghouls and just goes straight to the upper left. Is he aware of this third base? Does he just know about it? I don't think he's scouted it. Mountain King. Nearly, but boots again.
This time on the dwarf, for sure. Yeah, there were skeletons running around. Not 100% sure if he saw it or just assumes it, given the build that he's exposed to. Once again, all up for the towers.
Defense necessary. At least the statues are being pressured a little bit. Mountain King might be able to find a couple of kills. There are no coils left. There's now level 5 Lich with enough mana to kill all these militia if he wants. Still, Sock trying to defend with the little units he has. A couple of Knights reinforced in, and that might be enough.
Pelly Nova's soon ready! Gets the healer out. Of course, you need the progress on the second and third hero. That's always an issue. Oh boy, Sock, poor soul. He's fighting, he's trying, but nothing's working here today.
Yeah, the kiting continues, and the Lich could even maybe eat a ghoul in a second to have some more Novas. Sock backs away, but his mining was severely disrupted, and the heart and soul have been broken, and Happy gets a 4-0.
What a letdown. I'm sure we're all feeling that way right now. Sock today, absolutely not playing his best. Looking like night and day compared to what he played against Labyrinth. In so many different ways as well. Big things, little things. Hero positioning, I think, mainly. AM is too far in. Right there with the defense. Why is the Pally the first in the front line? Bro, that's your healer. You gotta stay back. You gotta stay as far away from the ghouls as you can. The Pally positioning was also problematic against Colorful, but there I guess it worked out in the end. That was a rather weak Sock today, to be honest.
4-0, man. That is indeed not exactly what you want. This is Happy's 12th War3Champions win. Some of the seasons he didn't play because, you know, host conditions and stuff. This guy is just, it's just incredible. How he always had the perfect answer. Yeah, Sock wasn't playing his best, but it feels like Happy has figured out this matchup again. The show matches versus 40 are going his way. This match versus Sock clearly going his way. What?
Wait for 40. You want to give credit to Happy, and he deserves it. He played really well. He played really, really well. But we can't just say he's unbeatable against Human right now. This was, I'm sorry to be mean, but this was Sock playing fairly bad compared to what we've seen in the past by him and by 40. This was so many mistakes by him that you can't afford to make against Happy. If 40 plays a super solid game, then we're going to have a great series. This wasn't it today, though.
Yeah, but I mean, the series are going Happy's way again against 40 this week alone, like 4-1, 4-1 or something, whatever it was. This is not the weak Happy versus Human that we've seen 4 weeks ago. He's working on this matchup again, and he's getting crazy good on this matchup again, and this is scary times.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, Happy, he dominated today, to say the least. Did his opponents play their best? Don't think so, but Happy has showed, if nothing else, his consistency, his constant consistency. I guess that's synonyms, aren't they? Who cares? You know what I'm saying.
WAL will tell us it's starting next week. Happy finds himself in a group with 1-0 Labyrinth and Leon. Maybe Leon is the one who brings him to fall.
Maybe Leon's the chosen one. The other humans have showed him the way. Now he just has to execute better than Sock. Easy.
That's right. More Happy, of course, now on the Bidu stream for Dust League. Carson, I don't want to hold you up too much longer. You are busy. It's been very, very good finals for me. Standout again, Jens. Jens was amazing. Yumiko's show up was really, really cool to see. Also, who am I forgetting? Sonic. Sonic winning a map against Focus was also quite outstanding. And yep, that's the W3Champions finals, everybody.
That's W3Champions finals. It was very fun. It's not the destination, it's always the journey. The grand finals can sometimes be a little underwhelming, but we definitely had a lot of standout performances, a lot of fun series through and through. So I was very happy to be here. It's been a little while for me, so it was very fun. Enjoyed it, you guys.
Mr. Remo Demo, any closing words?
Yeah, one more in the books, gotta say. I feel like we've been kind of robbed with the games today. We've had way more epic encounters in the past, but that's sometimes how it goes. Sometimes we're like graced with amazing games. On other days, a little less so. Means that we're gonna appreciate the ones in the future to follow even more. Season 17 is in the books, and many more to come in the following months and hopefully years. You'll be able to catch that all in Back to Warcraft, of course, as well, when the W3Champions seasons continue. Always one of our favorites. But you won't have to wait long for the tournaments to continue, you guys, because guess what? Tomorrow already, that is Monday, WAL kicking into the next round.
And for the FFA players out there, the real deal is starting tomorrow as well. Some more FFA action, kind of replacing the Back to Warcraft weekly FFAs for a little bit with good prize money and lots of players. 8-way FFAs every week. This is gonna be crazy. Shout out to all the winners, the Renicas in FFA, Pato and Starbuck in the 2-on-2, and Happy in 1-on-1, of course. If you have some time and some skills, contact Kovacs on Discord, whether that's our Discord or W3Champions Discord. Help us to make this server even better and, of course, maintain it as well. To celebrate the victory of Dimitri Kostin here at the W3Champions Finals Season 17, there's only one way, and that is the Happy Fanboy song. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye. Have fun casting with Bidu, Carson.
Thank you.